do 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 do. Hey, hey, what's the matter? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Zach? Don't show me. What you talking about, homie? What you talking about, Zach? Bears. Was there something bears on here? Oh, yeah, I see it now. Jose, I'm glad you can make it, buddy. Hope you're doing well, pal. Give everybody a couple minutes to make it in. If you guys follow us on Twitter, make sure you go and repost our posts. That way we can get as many people in here as we can. Post it on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you can post it on. Or X. X as it is. I still call it Twitter. I'm an old man. What are you going to do? We got a very interesting and weird site today, gentlemen. It's going to be interesting to see what Utah rolls out for a starting lineup and Golden State. I believe John Collins starts for Utah, and if he does, he's a lock for me. And Golden State, they really don't have a true point guard. And, of course, those are the two later games, so we probably won't get any news. Just a heads up, Jamal Murray was questionable. Then he was upgraded to probable. It has come out. He is playing and will have no limit, no minutes restriction whatsoever. All right, let's see. We got everybody in here. All right, let's hop into it then. At the point guard tonight, Brandon Podziemski and Buddy Hield are both terrific plays. They're not going to be core plays for me, but I love them and I'll have a ton of them. This Washington Golden State Warriors team is just severely undermanned tonight. Ooh, making me jealous, Jose. I got some in the freezer in there. I need to go pour me some after this. But I love them tonight. They're totally fine. I like them a lot more on DK where they're much cheaper, but they're still totally fine on FanDuel. Wouldn't surprise me if they're optimal tonight at all. De'Aaron Fox is looking great. Utah can't defend anything. I'm getting him in a ton of lineups. He's not a core play for me, but he just keeps winding up in my lineups, and I'm okay with it. Moving down, we got my first core play of the day, Dennis Schroeder. I love him today. I cannot get enough of him. He should be able to absolutely ball against Denver, who has also played no defense so far this year. Dennis has been on it too. Just getting better every game, shooting the ball a lot. I mean, last game, 15 field goal attempts, first game, 16. And he knows how to dish the ball around, at least 6 assists in every game. Just love the spot for Dennis tonight. I think he's underpriced on FanDuel. Core piece for me for sure. Colin Sexton, he is popping up a lot for me. I don't know who they're going to start, but Colin Sexton, 99% chance he's starting at the 2. And I think he's fine at that price. I'm okay with getting a lot of him tonight. Jamal Murray, he looks fine as well, taking on Schroeder. He hasn't lived up to his expectations lately, but he's also not been shooting the ball very well at all. And that's not going to last forever. You don't get in the NBA if you can't shoot the ball, unless you're Rudy Gobert. But just been poor shooting, but he has been putting up the shot attempts, 13, 14, 20. He's going to turn it around soon, and when he does, you're going to wish you had him. So I like Jamal Murray quite a bit tonight. CJ McCollum's fine, but this Golden State team does play some pretty good defense. This lineup they're going to be rolling out, which I expect what Line Star does. You can't see it on the screen over here, but Podziemski, Moody, Come Bucket, Draymond Green and Terrence Jackson Davis. That's a pretty good defensive lineup. They may not be able to score very well, but they're going to play good defense. So I don't mind McCollum, but I don't want to be over the field on him. And Kyrie's fine. Mike Conley, 4,900. He's not going to kill you at 4,900, and his minutes is what worries me, right? He hasn't played over 27 minutes this year. Really got it done against Toronto last time out, but he had 4 steals and a block. I don't mind him at 4,900, but I would not want to go crazy with him, and I would not want him in single entry. Luka really hasn't lived up to expectations this year. He killed me yesterday. Absolutely murdered me, only putting up 45 fantasy points. I had a ton of Luka against Utah. The Timberwolves are not great defensively, but they're better than Utah. And he didn't do a lot against Utah. So Luka, I'll never tell you not to play Luka, but I'm going to be under the field tonight on him heavily. I think Cam Thomas looks good today. I expect to have around 25-ish% of him. He's got big upside, night in and night out. I like him quite a bit. Keontae George, he's fine. I mean, just kind of get what you get with him. Usually just meets value or is right under it. Malik Monk, if he gets the minutes, can look great tonight, but his price is just a little steep for me. Jordan Clarkson, if he starts, will be great, but I don't expect him to start. Really depends on if they start him. I don't think he does. What's LineStar think? Yeah, LineStar doesn't think he's going to start either. Then moving down the line, the rest of these guys are pretty much MME fillers. Gary Payton, I mean, I'm 99% sure he's not starting, but if he does, then we'll have to give him a harder look. Moving over to the 2, we talked about most of these guys. Moses Moody looks terrific on DK. He is a lock for me on DK. On FanDuel, a little bit of a different story, a little more expensive, but I don't mind him in MME. I wouldn't want him in single entry, but in MME he's totally fine. This guy might be a core piece for me. Kevin Huerter, he played 33 minutes last game. If I could get that 30 minutes from him again, I want all of him I can take at 4,500. I really like Kevin a lot today. He's borderline core piece. I haven't made my mind up yet. It's going to be close. I think this guy will be a core piece. Anthony Edwards, Western Conference Final rematch. You know he wants revenge, and he has not been anywhere near his ceiling so far this year. He's been shooting the ball poorly. 21 field goal attempts, 24 and 25, and he's only made 10, 10, and 9. That's going to change. We talked about it with Jamal Murray. These guys are NBA players. It's the beginning of the season. They're knocking the rust off. But when he gets his shot down, it's over. DiVincenzo's all right, like MME guy. Don't mind DiVincenzo only, or at all. Really interesting guy for me here. The obvious sixth man for New Orleans is Jordan Hawkins, and he is coming off the bench with a vengeance. Shooting pretty well, grabbing boards, getting some assists. Really like Jordan Hawkins tonight as a get different play. He's only pulling about 5% ownership right now, so really like Hawkins a lot. What's up, Prince? Welcome in, buddy. You haven't really missed nothing yet. Keontae George, we talked about him. Talked about Monk. Christian Braun's fine. I like him a lot more on DK where he's a lot cheaper. Nothing crazy with Braun, but if he falls in your lineup, I'm not upset about it. He's fine. Yo, what's up, 8? And then the rest of these guys are just MME fillers for me. If you play the narrative game, this just feels like a game where Klay Thompson's going to step up and drop, 41 fantasy points again. But that's pretty far-fetched. It's just one of those games that feels like one where he would step up. Just MME filler for me. Moving over to the small forward. First guy we haven't talked about is Keegan Murray. He's totally fine tonight. I'm not forcing him in, but he's got the upside. Utah Jazz are just horrible defensively, so I don't mind him. He should be matched up with John Collins if they're starting Collins. I expect him to, but nobody really knows with this team. Moving down the line, Cam Johnson at his price is fine. He's getting the minutes. You see what he does here. Put up 30 fantasy points against Milwaukee. Don't mind him. Just the last guy in kind of piece. Don't mind him at all. Possibly a core piece here. Still haven't decided yet. Lauri Markkanen, I love tonight. I really like Lauri. He has not lived up to his expectations yet. Much like Ant and Jamal Murray. His shooting's just been off this year. 4 for 15 last game, 4 for 17 the game before that. And the one game he did meet value, first game of the season, he shot 9 for 15. Both of these teams run the floor. High-paced game. He should get plenty of shots up. Really like Lauri today. I'm going to have a lot of Lauri. Brandon Ingram's just okay. Like, he's got upside. If you want to get different, well, maybe not. He's pulling a lot more ownership than I thought. I'm going to be way under the field. OnStar's got him for 23% owned. I would want about half of that. Jaden McDaniels is just not very good. But if he's your last guy in, there's not many guys around his price point unless you can find 400 more to get up to DiVincenzo. DeMar's fine. I really think he's the third option on this team, though, with Fox and Sabonis being number one. He's still making value so far, so I don't mind him. He will be the less owned of those three for sure, but I much prefer Fox and Sabonis. Kuminga is fine. They're shorthanded. He should have to play more minutes today. He's been playing 20 to 22. I expect him to play more today. He should be totally fine. Slow-mo is okay. He's really MME only for me. I don't really know what his role in this team is. And I don't think he does either. Herb Jones is fine, but for the most part, the rest of these guys are just MME filler. Dorian Finney-Smith has been playing some decent minutes. He would be my go-to of all these guys here, the last guys in. Moving over to power forward. If he starts, I think John Collins is the value of the day. I'm locking him. I expect him to start. He's a lock for me. I really like JC today. Coming off the bench, I wasn't a fan, but even coming off the bench, he's been producing. And if he starts today, looks great. Trace Jackson-Davis looks solid. When he gets the minutes, he produces, and I think he starts today. If he starts, he's an auto lock, but last game of the slate, we're not going to know. We don't have any news. Nope. Sabonis looks great today. He is pulling a lot of ownership, but I like him quite a bit today. Great matchup. You know, Sabonis is a big guy that can ISO and just do what he wants, really. And Walker Kessler cannot contain him in an ISO. Is consensus ownership? No, that's the average across the industry of their projection. So, like, these are my projections right here. Consensus is what the industry all put together and averaged out has them projected for. So, like, I'm projecting John Collins a little bit lower than the industry is, and he's still fantastic for me. Sorry, my kid was yelling at me. But where were we? Okay, Aaron Gordon. I think he's fine today. Yeah, that's really all he is. He's fine. Like if he's in your lineup, I'm not mad about it at all. But not a guy I'm hammering into my lineups. I think Draymond's getting overlooked today. This Warriors team is severely hurt, and they don't have a lot of bodies. Draymond Green is projected for around 4% ownership right now, and I think it's too low. Is Draymond risky? Absolutely. I hate playing Draymond. You never know when he's going to just get pissed off and get ejected. But he's going to get a lot of usage tonight, I think. He's really, really underowned. I like Draymond a lot. Not a core piece, but I want to be maybe triple what the field is in ownership. They project him 4 to 5%. I want to be about 15. Julius Randle's fine today. I got him projected a little higher against Dallas and PJ Washington than the public does. He's been playing pretty well. About what his price indicates he should be playing. And I told you after that first game, I said I watched it. He was way more involved than he should have. Than his score indicated, and it showed off in the next 2 games where he's been balling. So I like Julius Randle quite a bit. Kevon Looney, no thanks. I got Looney projected for 17.83 fantasy points. He has been doing well in his limited minutes, though. All right, back to power forward. Sorry. We talked about Laurie. I think Zion's interesting here. They've said he's on a minutes limit, but I watched this game against Portland. I can't remember which one of these two it was, but the game started blowing out and he got pulled. But you could tell, like, he was in that game till the end if it didn't blow out. So he's played 28 minutes. Zion can get it done in 28 minutes. I don't mind Zion at all today. I'm not, like, hammering him. But if he's in my lineups, I'm happy. Naz Reid's fine. The rest of these guys are just kind of filler. Well, not DeMar DeRozan, but we've talked about most of them. The rest of these guys are really just filler. Center's where it gets interesting today. Really, really interesting. We talked about the 3 guys up top. The guy with the best matchup by far tonight is Nick Claxton. His coaches came out and said he's going to play more minutes. The issue is he's played 22, 20, and 15. When he says more minutes, is he going to be capped at 5 more minutes? Or is he going to play the full game? Everybody kind of thinks he's going to play around 25 minutes-ish. And he can get it done in 25 minutes. But, man, would it be nice if we knew he was getting 30. I'm going to have some, but I'm really limited in my exposure just because he scares me with how many minutes he may get. I think Rudy Gobert is in a solid spot today. He balled against Toronto, done what he needed to against the Lakers, but he struggled against Sacramento. Should be plenty of rebounds in this game, and that's his specialty. I don't mind him at all. Joker, he's playing great basketball. Don't get me wrong. But we need just a little bit more out of him from a DFS standpoint. He's shooting the ball a ton, grabbing all the boards. But we just need a couple more blocks or steals from him at this price range. His price is super expensive, and that's what's scaring me right now. Sorry about that. Moving down the line, the rest of these guys are MME filler. I think Walker Kessler is interesting if John Collins starts, because Collins has been playing the backup center for him. Not really sure who would be the backup center. Drew Eubanks, but he's game time decisions. Only played in one game, and he played, 6 minutes. So Interesting what they're going to do with that lineup, and I wish we could get some news, but I highly doubt we will. So, from there, I need to start building my core. And I told you guys I want Dennis Schroeder. So, let's go ahead and lock him in. I want Ant. I'm going to lock him in. John Collins, I'm going to go ahead and lock in. And then from there, we got some decisions to make. I told you guys I love Kevin Huerter. I really, really want to lock Kevin Huerter. But he's too risky for me to do that to you guys. I'm going to be playing him. He's going to be not in my 150s, I'm not locking him, but in my single entries, I'm going to lock him and hope for the upside. But I don't want him to fail for you guys, so I'm not going to lock him. I'm trying to pick out which warrior I want, and I think it's got to be Podziemski. I think he offers the most upside, so I'm going to go ahead and lock him in. Hang on, let me move these guys around. Put Pods at the 2 and Ant at the 3. It put him at the 2 for some reason. So we need one more guy for the core, right? I really want it to be Kevin Huerter, but I'm not going to go there for you guys. So, who do I know I can depend on tonight? Draymond. Really like Laurie. How much does it give us if we get Laurie? Let me put Laurie at the 4. I put him at the 3, but I think that's okay, yeah, because I like a lot more the 4. So let me just see what kind of builds we're getting with that. I didn't put Draymond, no. Right now the 5 is Schroeder, Podziemski, Edwards, Markkanen, and Collins. I'm just waiting to see what kind of builds we get with it before I finalize it, though. Come on, hurry up. No new news. Alright, let's see here. And by the way, Jose, 4-game slate, I bumped it to where I can have 3 people per team. Just as a heads up to you so you know. I don't mind this first one. Don't mind it at all, really. But, I mean, as you guys can see, I'm getting a ton of Buddy Hield, Moses Moody, and, of course, Brandon Podziemski we locked in. And I'm okay with that. Totally okay with it. Now, here's one, like, for single entry, I would personally run. See, where'd it go? I lost it. Here it is. Default 8. Scoot it over a little more so you can see it. So it's got Kevin Huerter, who I'm going to have cord for my single entries. But this is your word of caution. He is very risky. High upside, low floor. But I get him with also Sabonis. So this lineup has 3 bona fide superstars. I got Sabonis, Markkanen, Ant. Okay, well, what's the other guys offer me? Schroeder is in a terrific matchup, and he's played out of his mind this year. Easy. Hield and Podziemski both are playing on a short-handed team and should get plenty of run. Buddy shoots at will. He's one of the highest three-point shooting percentage players in the NBA. Podziemski, probably the best overall player that'll be on the court for the Warriors tonight. Huerter, we talked about him. Huge upside if he gets some minutes. If he doesn't, he can put you out of the race with a 7 fantasy point night like he did against Minnesota. Ant, Laurie, we talked about him. Collins should be getting a lot more minutes, and he's been dominating off the bench. If he's in the starting lineup, easy. And Trace Jackson Davis is the only one that I'm a little on. But to put my mind at ease, he's drawing 25% ownership, and it's a short-handed team. So this is one I would most definitely run in a single entry. And I think that's what I'm gonna rock to for the core. Let me take Laurie out of it and just run one without Laurie in there and see how much Laurie I get. If it would hurry up. I think Cam Thomas and Fox are fine. I really like Fox. I don't think he was here, but we were talking about it. I really like Fox. I think the pecking order for that Sacramento team, we talked about it a couple of days ago on stream, that I wanted to take a wait and see approach and figure them out. I've watched their games. I think the pecking order goes Fox, Sabonis, DeRozan, and then Murray, obviously. So, totally okay with it. And I'm still getting a ton of Laurie, so I think he is going to be the last piece that we rock in the core. And the core is posted in the Discord for you guys. I'm going to go ahead. Draymond at 15-16. Yeah, I think the public is going to be more on him as we get closer to lock. Wish we could get some lineups or something. But yeah, he's at 5% on LineStar. They got him at 15-16%. Just take the average, say around 10%. I think it's still low for him. Like I said, I'm going to have around 15 to 16. So. What's the ownership for point guards? Let's just sort. Fox going to be the most owned, almost 40%. Colin Sexton about 33. Buddy Hield at 27. Podziemski 25. Dennis Schroeder 24. McCollum 20. Cam Thomas 19. Kyrie 18. Jamal Murray 17. Then Keon Ellis is pulling 17%. I'm not seeing it. I'm not on Keon Ellis. You guys got any questions, let me know. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but Deontay Johnson was traded to the Ravens, so they just get that much stronger. Anthony Richardson benched. Said he was too tired on third down, so he checked himself out of the game. So the coaches were like, well, if you're tired, we'll just set you for, this next game. DK Core? Yeah, I got you. Just a second, buddy. Un momento, por favor. Habla Espanol. DK. So I built my DK lineups earlier. Moses Moody. I'm just going to put it in the Discord. But it's going to be Moses Moody for sure. Then Dennis. And Podzimski. And then John Collins. So, very similar. Yeah, I know I got a funny accent when I speak Spanish, okay? And it's pretty limited. When I was a cop, I had to learn it, though. Like, just enough. See how many lineups I got? 302. I'm gonna enter today. We got some kind of news. What do we get here? Nets are starting who we thought they would. Wait, what? Clowney? Why is Clowney starting? What the fuck? What do I have Clowney projected for? 1768? Huh. This is interesting. Fuck. This is something. What the? Why are they starting Clowney over? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, yeah. Wolves are starting who we thought they were. Alright, so Clowney's not very good at defense. So I'm going to give it a minute. I'm going to see what the public does. But I'm also going to boost Joker just a little. Clowney does not play very good defense. Has he even got a block or a steal this year? One block in the first game. That's all he's got. So I had to boost Joker a little bit. I'm going to give him one more. Why not? Well, welcome to the NBA. What? Why are they starting Clowney? I'm mind blown. I may have interest in Clowney because while Joker is a dominant player, they have been the worst against center so far this year. I may be playing some Clowney at center tonight, boys. Ownership. Where's it at? Here's your ownership, buddy. I was just about to enter my lineups on FanDuel too. But that really gets me off Claxton now. Mavs are going to start Luka, Kyrie, Clay, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford. Kind of who we thought. Oh, dude, it is so much easier. I can't thank you enough for teaching me that, honestly. I tried to do it before, but for some reason, I guess I'd done it wrong, and it just, like, I built 150 lineups, but it just uploaded one lineup 150 times, so, yeah. Where's Clowney? Where you at? Yeah, Clowney becomes instantly one of the best plays on the slate, in my opinion. I'm not going to tell you to play him because it is risky, but I will probably have plenty. Exactly, bro. Because the first time after you told me to do it, I tried to do it. I guess I'd done something wrong, and that happened, but I finally got it figured out. Yeah, there we go. Looks like I'm getting a lot of Clowney now. Well, I'll say that. Where's he at? How much am I getting? Only 15%. Oh, that's what I had it locked at. I'm going to boost that. He's getting 65% now. I expect to have 65% of him. I'm not going to tell you guys to play Clowney, like as a core piece, but I'm going to tell you he's going to be in a lot of my lineups. A lot of my lineups going to have Clowney. Yeah, he's in 65% of them, and I'm okay with it. $7% of him with a boost. I would want more than that if you're playing 150. If you don't want to play him in a single entry, I totally get it. But I got him projected for 22.5 fantasy points, and I honestly think that's low. And he's grading out as the best value on the slate. Core Clowney on DK? I didn't even think about DK, bro. How much is he over here? Oh, 3,900 without a doubt. Without a doubt. Core him. Like, where's the core button? Give me all the Clowney. I don't think you have to remove anybody. But if you did, it would be Buddy Hield. But I think he can just be an extra piece to your core. This is NBA DFS, though. You get news like this at the last moment and catches you off guard, and you're like, what? I even got my wife texting me. How are we building? She plays DFS too. Alright, I got my lineups in. Gotta change my DK lineups now. If you guys got any questions, hit me with them. We got about 13 minutes till lock. The NBA can be the Wild West sometimes. Five of you watching, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Join our Discord. It is linked in the description below, gentlemen. Randall and John Collins is going to be chalk, I'll tell you that. Julius Randle, not that bad, I don't think. John Collins, 33%, and Randall is at 13. Wonder if it is possible. It may not be possible, but I just want to try it. Ooh, where you at? Where you at? Wonder if this is possible. Ben Simmons is not playing in back-to-backs anymore. Alright, I think I'm finally done updating my lineups. If you guys got any questions, hit me with them. About 9 minutes till lock now. If you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to bounce out of here, gentlemen. Alright, guys. I'm out of here. Good luck. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to share the stream and everything with your friends. Tell them to come hang out, join the Discord, talk sports with us. We would love to have them, guys. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you all later.